life can be very difficult for a lot of us. There's depression, anxiety, mood swings, financial problems, relationship issues. And all these have an impact on who we are, and how we deal with life. However, I have managed to move through these issues that I originally had, and now run a successful business, successful, happy life. I have 2 children and actually 5 grandchildren, so that takes up a lot of my time. But life wasn't always like that for me. It was hard. Some of the things I really didn't understand as I was growing up and as I was an adult. And it took actually a huge impact on my life when I actually had a nervous breakdown, when things became so bad that there was nothing in my life that mattered anymore except for my 2 children. Eventually, I found colour, and through an amazing lady, Vicky Wall, she told me all about my life. And that life I had really forgotten about, or I pushed aside, I didn't want to actually look at. So as a child growing up, I was actually adopted. And then what happened from the adoption was that my adopted mother committed suicide when I was 4. And then my father remarried. Now, a lot of that I actually did remember. It did have an impact on me. But I didn't remember it, or it wasn't brought to the fore until I was round about 30. Now, this is when I had my 2 children, and when things started to really go quite wrong, because my first thing was I wasn't quite sure how to actually love them and how to look after them. I'd spent a life of partying and having fun and drinking. I even smoked marijuana. And so life's waste paper basket began to fill, and mine certainly did. And it then accumulated really in a nervous breakdown, as I've said. And I'm sure a lot of you have felt and have had feelings the same, just exhausted with life's issues, life's problems, anxieties, fears. But there is something we can do about it, and I did. And I was very lucky and blessed to have found a path and found the right path and the way out, so that I could change my life, and that really I could see life differently and revert back to how I saw life as a child before, the indoctrinations of the teachings of schooling. And as a child, I could see colour around every living thing. But when I expressed that to my peers, to my family, my teachers, they just wrote me off as being wild and having an overactive imagination. And it was only in later life that I found this colour again. I found this sight, this psychic ability that I had as a child, and I began to train and to look to developing it in a way that would really enhance my life. I didn't think I would be standing on stage talking to hundreds of people worldwide. When I began, I just was trying to find me, the search for me. I didn't realise I would be working with people one-to-one and helping them. I didn't realise that I would write a book. In fact, right now, 4 books. So it's amazing what you can do with your life. But my belief, my true belief, from all the learning, the teaching that I've gone through, you have to find you. You have to know who you are. And it's not just a question of knowing who you are. You have to be awake, and you have to be aware. And it's through this process, so all my knowledge and my teachings has gone into that. And that's what I'd like to share with you.